Hello and welcome to Minor League TV, your reality TV playback podcast. I'm Rachel.
I'm Maddie.
And we're
the Reality Boys.
And we've got producer slash coach Chelsea in the room with us tonight.
What's up?
What's up, Chelsea? Not a full-hearted what's up.
It's been a slow week.
Oh, really?
This season we're breaking down Summerhouse, and today we're bringing in relief pitchers Hannah and Paige. We're going to talk about how Hannah and Paige came in and changed the dynamic of the show.
Wow. I'm really excited for that.
Me too.
But we have other big news this week in the Summerhouse cinematic universe.
It's couldn't be better timing.
Honestly.
We got the announcement about the show The City that's going to be starting, which now that I'm saying it, wasn't The City already a reality show? Is that what it's called, or am I making that up?
I honestly have no idea.
I think yes, with Whitney, from from Laguna Beach, or no, from The Hills.
Oh, they're repurposing.
It's called The City, this new one, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I honestly, guys, not a lot of research happening.
This is not our research portion of the show. This is the
just the
banter
vibes.
portion. Yeah. We're vibing off what I saw, the 10-minute clip that they put out. 10-second clip is what I meant to say.
Like, to be fair, who knows if it's called The City? Literally all we see are taxi cabs. It's just evoking Manhattan.
It's like what they usually put like in between scenes in Summerhouse.
It's B-roll.
Yeah, it's B-roll that they already
were
had.
Like, yeah, they're like from last season. They're like, well, we've got, I don't know, updated license plates of taxi cabs, I'm sure. Like all the tags are like expires 2025. I think what we know so far is that Amanda, Kyle, and Lindsay will be on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it. Mm-hmm. It was like TBD if Carl's coming back, and then no mention of anyone else. But
there's a teaser that Andrea might be there.
Oh yeah, that's
a
right.
rumor. So we'll see.
LOL. How could I forget that? I was the one in the group chat who was like, LOL, Andrea's gonna be there. They said married people only and Lindsay.
Yeah, and Lindsay's baby, I hope.
Well, of course.
Starting
Steward
the
of
drama.
The show. Honestly, it reminds me of Brie Pruitt, a very funny comic, has this joke about how someone approached her when she was a child and was like, you know, Brianna, you're such a little bitch. And she was like, and how did he know? I was just sitting there having my bitchy little thoughts. And that's kind of what I think Lindsay's child will be evoking as well.
Yeah. She's going to be raised by Lindsay Hubbard.
Yeah. Strong boundaries.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh my God.
Honestly.
I wish we could like fast forward to a show about Lindsay and her as like a 20-year-old.
Oh, wow. That when it happens, it's going to be crazy. Yeah. That's going to be like, you know how they're trying to push Next Gen NYC, where it's like all the kids of housewives.
Oh my God,
on their own program, plus like a few random others.
I didn't know this.
They're trying to do that, and Lindsay's child will inevitably be on like the next iteration. You know, like in 20 years, she will be on that program.
Will be on Real Housewives, and then, do you think?
Inshallah, yeah. She could. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Do you have to be married to be on the Housewives?
I don't know. Not
no
a Housewives
shade, just
watcher.
like, you know. I guess I guess maybe they go on the show married and then get divorced.
Which she should do.
And I would love to see it happen. It'd be very iconic. I also was thinking, okay, this is random. I was thinking today at my office, they're always like, and so is engaged. And it's like, who cares? Like, why are we, or like, so
they announce it via email?
Yeah. Like in like monthly announcements, they'll be like, this person's getting married, or like this person, maybe not engaged, but they like tell us when people had babies, which I also think is weird. But it makes me want to get engaged just so I can walk around the office and be like, ah! and then get unengaged.
Disengaged?
Yeah. I want to disengage.
Yeah.
Or I want to be like, yeah, I got married last weekend. And then I want to come back 6 months later and be like, actually, we got divorced. And then like 3 months after that, I want to be like, actually, I'm engaged again.
You should just start doing it.
I think I might.
Do they like they fact check?
How are they going to fact check?
I don't know.
People fall in love with me every day. I just don't know.
And also when you're like, we got divorced, put it in the newsletter.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm like, actually keep the people updated, keep them fed.
Yeah, you can't just stop at the good part.
No, you need to know everything. I'm like, you want to be invested in my life?
Yeah.
It's just such the boundary of like, I feel like your corporate office is always trying to be like, we just do work here. Don't worry about anything that happens outside of work. And then they'll be like, oh, but they're having a baby. Like they fucked so raw, you know? Oh, am I wrong? I don't like it.
They fucked so raw.
So raw.
Is not a thing I like.
like, well, think about it. Next time someone tells you they're pregnant. I got forwarded an email today from someone and they were
trying
saying to someone else. It was like, congrats again on the baby. And I was like, why is this coming up in a meeting? Okay.
No, I get it. It's like, we don't need to. I like that you're just like, we don't need to talk about personal
We don't
stuff.
need to talk about personal stuff. I mean, if it's the office, if it's a professional environment, then why am I knowing?
Yeah.
And if it's not going to be a professional environment, why can't I sit around and talk about whatever I want to talk about all day?
I want to start saying that. Why am I knowing?
Honestly, the last 2 weeks have felt like, why am I knowing? I would like to be unknowing.
Why am I? When my sister was a kid, someone would ask her a question. She'd be like, I can't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I claim that as well.
Right.
I can't know. I want to. Yesterday, Maddie and I hung out, and we were
brag.
Yeah, no big deal. I don't even know how it came up, but I think because I've been watching The Gilded Age, which
that is how it started.
I can't remember if I talked about on the pod or not, but I was saying how it's interesting to watch these people who are really rich in the 1900s, just like how they spend their time. Because it's a lot of like, I have to get back to my letter writing, or like, I have to go to my booster club meeting, or I'm playing cards. And I'm like, man, were you all bored? Like, were you guys bored as hell?
Yeah. What else did they have to do?
Ride in a carriage through the park?
Yeah. That's it. And like take a stroll around the property.
But then they would also go out to plays and stay up until like, 4, 5, 6 a.m. Like they would party all night. And I guess.
Wasn't that like the ones that were like getting shunned? Like the bad girls?
No, that was like high society because you didn't have a job. So you're like, I can stay up.
What?
I know.
I picture that as like, what year is the Gilded Age?
Like early 1900s.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
like getting close to like flappers and stuff like that. It's the same.
That's like 20 years after.
Oh, so it's like
10. Yeah,
Yeah,
almost 20.
okay,
yeah.
19.
Yeah. It's like we're still sending telegrams.
Is it overlap with Downton Abbey?
I think at a certain point it does.
Okay.
Downton Abbey starts earlier than that, but then at a certain point it is like around the same time.
The Gilded Age is in America?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. In New York.
Oh.
Talk about the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the working title for the Gilded Age.
And Bravo was like, actually, we might need that in 4 years. I mean, the city. I call it the apartment. Call it the condo I can't afford. Like, at least Summerhouse was fun. Title.
Summer should be fun.
Don't activate me because you've not seen me on
CEO and founder.
Wrong one again.
Of what? How many sandwiches have you made for me?
No.
Indigo?
No.
Oh.
Watch it be that one.
Summer should be fun.
Well, there it is.
Guys, we're still breaking into the soundboard, okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Shall we hop into this?
Let's dive in.
Oh, great.
I am very excited to talk about this because I do love Paige. I'm a Paige apologist. She's only ever said one thing wrong on the show.
Which was?
That when Lindsay was sleeping with a lot of guys, she was like, you're making the house a brothel.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And I do agree that that's
You
not
don't
okay.
like that. Yeah. But I guess let's get into Hannah and Paige when they first come in. Hello.
Up from the bullpen.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, when they come into the house, this is really when I locked into the show. Like, I was watching it because producer Chelsea, was like, I really think you should watch the show. It's really good. And I finally went, okay, I guess I will. And by the time they came in, for whatever reason, they really like clicked for me that I was like, okay, I think relate to them a bit more, probably because, as I've mentioned on the other apps, everyone else is so obsessed with like getting married and settling down. I'm watching a show about people partying. I think in everything we've recorded so far, I've referenced me being in college, like me acting the way I did in college, the way these 30-plus-year-old adults act presently. But yeah, there was something about Hannah and Paige coming in that I was like, ooh, they're cool, they're fun, they're, I'll say, young. And just the way that they approached the world, I think was really different and like breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I would say like same. I watched seasons 1 and 2, but it was sort of like I was like, oh, they're entertaining because I'm like, I can't relate to anyone on this show at all, and they're so drama and like always yelling at each other.
Yes.
And it was like fine. It almost felt to me like I'm always like, oh, I want them to put a regular person to run next to a like an Olympic athlete so I can see like how fast they are. But it felt like that, like Hannah and
Lindsay's
Paige,
the Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
In this.
They're like made for reality.
Yeah.
Lindsay's like, and Hannah and Paige, it just felt like they came in and I was like, oh, I feel like I could maybe be friends with these girls.
Totally. Yeah. 100%.
So it became suddenly like, oh, I can, this is what a normal person would handle a situation like, and this is how Lindsay Hubbard handles a situation.
Totally. Yeah. And watching them try to like meld together was very good because I think I would shit myself, to be frank, to walk into that house and be like, I've watched you guys for 3 seasons be crazy. And now I'm joining that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they were scared, or Hannah was really terrified.
Yeah. And
first episode.
Really love that she walks into the house and immediately to Lindsay is like, I'm scared of you. Because I'm like, yeah, same. I think, I believe they call it Greek chorus, right? Where it's like, we're watching them kind of be our like truth tellers of the show.
Yeah.
And I feel I really needed that. Whereas I think like the rest of the cast can tell the truth at certain points. I feel that Hannah and Paige were most of the time like having the take that I would want to see.
Yes.
Taken.
And they kind of say, they almost react to things like they're viewing it from a reality show perspective, at least in season 3, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like they're sort of like on the outside being like, how are we going to fit ourselves into this? And like, what's going on?
Right.
Which I really liked. And I think that's why they got so close. Which
Totally.
I mean, that is why they got so close, because they talk about how they were just like holding on to each other for dear life.
Yeah.
And I listen to Giggly Squad, so they don't talk about it a lot, but throughout they'll like reference, Hannah not doing so well on Summerhouse, and Paige obviously was living through it still. So you get like a little bit of outside perspective.
It sounds like she's at war. Paige is living
That's
through
how
it.
she talks about it, kind of.
PTSD, really.
Yeah. And this summer, not being on it, she's been like, you guys know about Sundays? You can relax.
Oh,
and it's like, oh my God.
I mean, it does suck when like your job is partying or just being on camera all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we see it a bit where like they totally get into being like, let's just stay in bed, like later, because they're like, this is actually exhausting. I think it might be in season 3 that Paige hangs out with her parents and they're like, so what do you get up to? And she's like, well, it's pretty tiresome. I'm drinking all the time, but Amanda and I are like staying in bed more. Maybe that's season 4. But I was like, good for you. You gotta lay down.
Yeah.
I think an iconic moment to me of like Paige and Hannah first entering the show is when they're doing the Santa Claus party and Lindsay has a meltdown because she walks upstairs and Hannah and Paige and Amanda are talking about her, right? Or they're like talking about
Paige had overheard Lindsay saying to Carl,
oh yeah,
okay, well, if she's not like giving you anything,
right,
just like put her on ice.
Yeah.
And so the girls were upstairs being like, why is Lindsay like coming after me? Like Paige is saying that.
Sure.
And
which I think if I were in that position and my guy friend were coming to me being like, I can't really tell what's going on, I too would tell him, put her on ice.
Right.
I wouldn't be like, oh, it's because you're a fucking loser and you're not asking her out on a date, or like.
Yeah. She actually, maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but I don't think she said anything bad about Paige.
No, she didn't.
She just said like, okay, well then stop.
Yeah, literally that was
Which is fine.
And
so
then
I think that's why she like gets so
of course
fired up. She's like, I didn't do anything for once.
But I love the way that Lindsay comes up and is like confronting them, and she's like, I don't need you guys all talking about me. I don't need the yearbook committee all talking about me.
Committee like 100 times.
They're but that's the thing is that they are a committee, and I do feel as soon as Lindsay labels them as such, it really is like, oh yeah, the young girls.
Yeah. That's the whole other dynamic is just that Lindsay's like 10 years older than them, almost 8 years.
Is she? I wanted to
thought
laugh
that she
in
was,
your face right now.
I thought that she was like 32 and they were like 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Currently, Lindsay is 39 and I think Paige is 33.
Okay. 5 years older.
Okay, sorry.
39, 32.
Okay.
So 7 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Cut that out when I said 5. Just kidding.
Cut out when I said 10.
Okay. Yeah. So she's a good chunk. of age older. Whoops. But that fight was so funny because then afterward, Paige is like, I have to diffuse this situation. Like this was kind of out of hand.
Does Paige pull Lindsay aside alone, or is Lindsay like, let's go talk alone?
Honestly, don't remember. Don't recall. I just know that Paige is like sitting on Lindsay's bed. So it's like a pretty intimate moment where they're like having a little come to. And they're both explaining themselves. And at one point, Paige says, Lindsay's like, well, here's why I was so hurt. And Paige goes, well, it makes sense because I was on the yearbook committee. And they both laugh. And I was like, that was the moment that I was like, this girl will be okay on this program. Yeah. Like she can handle herself on the show. Because I think that's such an important part of the art of fighting on reality TV.
And yeah, just to not, I think she realized like there's certain things that are just not that serious that get played up when you're in the moment and when you're drinking and when you're being filmed.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder in that situation if producers were like, Lindsay, go upstairs. They're all talking about you or something like that.
I wonder that too.
Yeah. But I feel like if you think about like how Hannah has handled confrontation, she would not have been able to diffuse that situation.
Yeah.
It would not and did not go as well.
No. And has not.
Yeah.
And I will continue to not.
I feel like every fight that Paige has gotten in doesn't, like it stops escalating at a point. They say what needs to be said and then, I don't know, it doesn't feel like there's this blowout thing. And with Hannah, it feels like every fight she gets in just gets worse and worse and worse.
Paige seems better about like removing herself from the situation.
That's
from
true.
being like, I've said it, I'm done, and now I can walk away. Whereas I identify with more of a Hannah where I'm like, and let me get back in there one more time, like, and I will say what I have to say. Because I think, like when we see them both on the show, I feel like they like really have each other's back. They're like really good friends. Because like at the start, it's just like, they're BFFs. It's really cute. It's very fun. And then over the season, like we kind of watch them navigate being like Lindsay trying to get between them and try to be like, oh, well, I want to make Hannah more femme. And like Hannah was like, yeah, I don't need that. And Lindsay also reveals that she was an ROTC, which I'm like, wish we would have known that up top.
Do they not mention that earlier? Because I feel like they always flash like one picture of her in ROTC every time they mention it.
Am I closing my eyes? Like I feel like I've never seen it. They flash her and I go,
no, that might have been the first time.
Maybe, but she says it and Hannah's like, oh, okay, so I understand you're trying to like approach me from this perspective. Yeah. But Hannah does a good job of being like, no, thank you. And for whatever reason, Lindsay's really protective over Hannah.
Yeah, I feel like she wants to bring Hannah under her wing and it doesn't work out the way she wants it to.
No. And so it's like,
but I feel like if Paige wasn't there, Hannah might have
gone over and imagine Lindsay, Hannah, and Danielle as like the three amigos of the show.
I can't imagine Danielle and Hannah like hanging out for real.
Two different types of humor, honestly.
Does Danielle have humor?
Let's find out.
Tune in to episode 7 or something.
I think the big takeaway from rewatching for me has been, I was really trying to figure out like, why did things go so well for Paige and so poorly for Hannah? Because, listening to Giggly Squad, seeing them in season 3, they have a lot of similar opinions, thoughts, like they like the same things.
Yeah.
They just come off so differently. And I do feel like Hannah was really nervous in the first season and she's trying so hard. She's just trying so hard all the time.
To like be friendly with everyone.
Yeah. And to be like the cool girl or the chill girl or whatever she thinks she needs to be. And Paige just, even if she is trying, you can't tell.
Sure. It's funny because on first watch, I think when I saw Hannah, I was like, oh, I just love that she's like cool with who she is. But then on rewatch, I feel like I'm seeing a lot more of that. Like, I don't know why I was trying to make this work when it wasn't going to work. Like, I just need to like get laid and have fun. And like, I just need to do this or I just need to do that. And it's a lot of, external inputs.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. I think we see a lot of that like backfire later when she actually has to make a choice and can't.
Yeah. Well, I think she gets really comfortable with Paige. So when she's with Paige, she's not on that like, I don't know, performance mode.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like when they're just lying in bed together, hanging out, I think she's really
Sports mode.
yeah. And then like, even once I started listening to Giggly Squad, I was like, oh, she's actually very chill. And like, I really think of them as two different people. As like
which
reality
is
Hannah.
Good and healthy.
Yeah.
I thought Hannah and Paige. I was like, yeah, Maddie.
They are. No, reality Hannah. Sorry, I said it as if they are two different people.
No, I'm not listening.
But yeah, so in the show when she's with Paige, I think they're very fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
When she's alone, especially in season 4, when she starts hanging out with Luke all of the time, and she's less like a part of that duo, I think that's when she really goes off the rails, when she's like left to her own devices.
Yeah. And what are her devices? Playing tennis and being horny.
Yeah. And listen, I love that she's horny.
I love that she's horny.
Yeah, she's one of the few horny people on the show.
Yeah. Yes, in a way that I think she's one of the few horny people on the show in a way that makes sense. That isn't like, well, but then it really falls to shit, doesn't it? I was like, in a way that's not like,
oh, well, that is what it becomes.
That is what yeah. So it gets bad really fast.
In everything with Luke, how do you see that? Like, do you feel like she was at fault, or do you feel like she got completely played, or like?
Actually, watching it back, I was like, oh, I'm so confused. I don't understand anything that happened between them. I don't understand why it had to happen like that. I don't understand. Like, Hannah just kept being like, I'm horny, let's just hook up. And Luke was like, no, I want to, but I can't. But I did. And I was like, he's pushed you off of him so many times. I mean, physically, that like, go have an away game.
Yeah.
The rest of the house going to have an away game when they, even Miss Danielle, for what, like when she needs to go rewatching it, the amount of times Danielle's like, I work hard and then I play harder so I can get dick on the weekend. It's just all I think about, like, of her now. But like, even Lindsay, anyone will just go away, do your thing.
I feel watching it, I was like, I think I might have fallen into his trap if I were in her position. And I like, maybe not specifically Luke, because I hate Luke more than I think anyone on Summerhouse.
Really?
I forgot. And then watching all this back, I was like, oh my God, I hate him so much.
Sure.
Because he can't take accountability for anything. And listen, I don't think Hannah can either, which is their big problem. I think they're very similar in that way. But I do think like, why was he like not sleeping with her? But then he was like, I like you so much. They FaceTime every day in quarantine.
Yes. I'm
like, okay, you want to be her friend. You like her as a person, but your brain can't comprehend that. Uh-huh. So, and also, sorry, I'm like rambling.
No, let it rip.
I'm not about Luke.
Come on.
I think he knew exactly what he was doing. He wanted the attention from her. I think he was being a full-on fuckboy. And Carl and Kyle, when they get in that huge blowout fight, call Luke out on that. And so I felt validated in being like, okay, you're like, playing her. Yeah. At the same time, Hannah really, like, the girls try and warn her and she ignores all the warnings.
Yes. They try to warn. This is a thing where I'm like, they have each other's back in a really big way. They are always backing each other, standing up for each other. Like Paige giving Amanda a key to her place to be like, fuck you, man. If you ever need to come to my place, like, you can. Like, I think they show up for each other so well. And I think when they tried to do that for Hannah and she was like, I'm too hungry for dick. I can't see what you're telling. Sorry, Chelsea. No. Chelsea's being crude in the corner.
I'm laughing.
But she's
gets to a point.
Yeah. And so they try to confront her about it. Man, in this fight when Hannah's like to Amanda was like, well, it sounds like you're unhappy with your fiance. So don't come at me about how you don't want to spend time with us because, or whatever, or you want to spend time with us because you hate him. And Paige, really, really sad, was like, I came back to do Summerhouse with you. Like, I gave up a summer with my boyfriend, Perry. I love the way she says his name. To come spend the summer with you.
Yeah.
And Hannah was playing tennis with Luke all summer.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like even in that moment, Paige isn't like, I'm mad at you, whatever. But she's like, can you acknowledge that you have been spending all of your time with Luke, and Hannah can't even do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. At a certain point, I'm like, you have to help yourself, girl. I get it. I have also been strung along, or like whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And
I also think, you know, Hannah is an athlete and she goes for what she wants. And I think when she's like locked in, right, she's like eye on the prize of like, I'm going to fuck this guy. Like, I'm sure that's going to drive her crazy that she can't do it. And I think they love to play that little cat and mouse game with each other, which is probably why it went on for so long. Yeah. And what's really shitty is that I guess like past this point is where we start to see the divide even more, because that just sets up Hannah in such a poor place to come back for the COVID season to fully lose her mind, which I would have as well.
Hello.
No, season 5, Luke showing up with Sierra. Whoever produced that.
Yeah.
Whoever told him to bring Sierra.
His wiener who produced it? Hello, you were
Hello.
You were hanging out with this lady for like they had to have been hanging out for however long before it was like, hey, I'm going to go on this reality TV show that airs on Bravo. You want to come with me? We have to go get COVID tested. You're going to be in a house with all these crazy people, and you want to do this for 6 weeks?
But Sierra had been in a hospital during COVID, so she was like, get me anywhere else but here. She's like, I've been a nurse through COVID in a hospital. This house is nothing.
Yeah. All she heard was nice house in the Hamptons not working.
Yeah. She's like, I don't have to do IVs?
Yeah. Right. She heard drunk?
Ugh, I do love Sierra.
I mean, she's great, and like what a great addition to the show, but like, man, what a rough entry point.
Yeah.
Probably the toughest entrance onto the show by far, I'd say.
Yeah. And she handles it well. Hannah does not. I wouldn't have handled it well either.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would have been a mess. Mm-hmm. But then I also love that within a week, Hannah's like, I've been sexting this stand-up comedian Des, thank you. So I'm going to go have a bunch of phone sex now.
Wait, is her refractory period close to Lindsay's?
I think it could be.
Okay.
And I do think that's the ROTC between them.
Refractory off the charts.
Hello.
There we go. I don't want to break up this great flow, but I do think we need to legally do an ad break.
Oh, that's true.
Chelsea.
This episode is brought to you by Parents Paying Your Rent, because after fucking up the economy the way they did, it is the least they can do.
Wow. When's
I
mine
can't believe we got
happening?
them as sponsors.
Paige's parents. Thank you for. I do love that when on season 1, Paige was like, we everyone loves it. We work hard, so we play hard. And she's like, and I'm working hard all week. Clicky clacky, which I have a clicky clacky job. Who cares? But then on the following season, she's like, let's be honest, my parents pay my rent. It was like, yeah, we know.
I completely forgot about that until
on the rewatch, I was like, oh, I'm really glad she acknowledged that.
Yeah.
It's just very, very good and humbling.
It makes me feel better because her apartment in New York is nice as hell.
Well, that's why I was like, you can't keep lying to us like this. That would be nice. But sorry. So anyway, to I guess bring us back to the Luke of it all.
Yeah.
Is where so I feel first like Lindsay tries to thwart oh, Paige and Amanda are so cliquey. They hang out together all the time. I want to have your back, because this is also when Lindsay was like, I don't get why your friends just like can't be happy for you that you got eaten out for an hour and a half. And I wrote down in my notes, I said, I agree they should be happy for her that she got eaten out for an hour and a half.
I mean, side note, why does it need to be an hour and a half? Maybe let's get the job done sooner.
Oh,
I'm just here to say I think your pussy would get pruny.
Yeah, hour and a half.
After a certain amount of time, pruny.
How can you tell?
I could tell.
Oh, Chelsea can tell. No, I wrote down, I think that they should be happy for her, and I do agree. And I'm imagining it's not a whole hour and a half, but.
Okay. I mean, they should definitely be happy for her that she's getting munched.
Yuck. Munch. The whole camera died, but don't worry, we're back.
It'll be a seamless edit.
Certainly, because I'm doing it.
Okay, we were talking about, you were we talked about munching for a reason. You were like saying that.
I think that Lindsay's being a supportive friend at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think that?
Wait, who was eating who out for an hour and a half?
Luke was eating Hannah out for an hour and a half.
Oh.
So it's like a big win, right? So Lindsay's trying to be like, yay, you did it. You finally got him. And like, look, I'm here to support you. And she's very like, I just don't get why people can't just be supportive. And which is shitty because then at what point does Paige to Lindsay say, you're turning the house into a brothel?
Yeah. Do you think that Paige and Amanda were like not being supportive, so Hannah like distanced herself?
Yeah. I think
It was,
Lindsay
like,
saw that Hannah needed someone to be like on her team.
Yeah.
And you know, Lindsay's number one thing is being like, I give it 110%. I'm all in. I'm here to support. Like, she wants to be that person. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she saw the way that Hannah and Paige back each other and back Amanda and was like, I want that friendship. Like, that looks like what I think I'm trying to do.
Okay, yeah. I'll definitely agree with that. I think she is really jealous of having like a true ally in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we even see it later. Like, I don't know if her and Danielle were like true allies. I think Danielle was her yes man. I think Hannah wants a yes man.
Yeah. I mean, actually, when you wrote that, I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Also, what you wrote that Hannah can't take any accountability. I was like,
yeah.
whoa.
No, it was, I mean, in like a lot of the fights in season 5, they will like show flashbacks where she'll be like, Kyle will be like, you're not taking out the trash. And she's like, I always take out the trash. And then they show like a compilation of like trash in the kitchen,
Yeah.
which I'm sorry, but trash bags sitting around my kitchen
No.
would drive me nuts.
No. Also, that's during the COVID season.
Yeah.
No.
When you're just living there all day. So anyway, like even little stuff like that, she can't just be like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like I messed up. And then, so obviously when it comes to bigger stuff, I also think she will never admit that she was wrong. She also becomes like a cornered animal when she is confronted and just starts like lashing out and like taking swings at people. And I think that's why she and Amanda had their fallout, because every time someone came at her, she would come at Amanda.
Yeah. Yep.
So like, I don't know, try and take the focus away or.
Sure. Or just be like, actually, here's what's going on.
Yeah.
And even though it's like, she's not wrong. She's not bringing up things that are not wrong. It's maybe not the thing that needs to be addressed in the moment.
Yeah. And I mean, she can't see it, but like Amanda has had plenty of talking tos, I think, especially with Paige about like, hey,
you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
That's you. It's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
One thing I wrote down, and this is about Paige, but I think even in the way Paige shows up for Lindsay, this is when Stravi during the COVID season sets up a birthday dinner for Lindsay, and he's like, be ready at 7. And she's like, okay. And I think she thinks she might be getting proposed to. And she goes downstairs and he's like, I got us dinner from the place, like from our first date. And she was like, all right. And it's like paper plates and like he has no silverware. And Paige, I think it was Paige in her cutaway was like, you work in hospitality and you didn't bring like forks to your dinner. Like that's nuts. And Paige to Lindsay afterward was like, well, he should know that you wanted like a big gesture or at least like a big party, like, you know, whatever was feasible at the time. But I was like, if even Paige, who you've met 2 years ago or whatever, is telling you like, yeah, he should know this about you. It's like, see, she listens.
Yeah. No, that was crazy.
That was wild.
But yeah, Paige is I think she truly gets to know all the people in the house and like can read people and knows how to fight with them in a productive way.
Right. I think that's something that everyone gets like critiqued on when they come into the house. It's like, well, you didn't get to know anyone like one-on-one, or like you only wanted to do like the party aspect, or you only wanted to hang out with so-and-so. But yeah, that's a really good point that Paige gets to know everyone, which I'm like, aren't y'all getting to know each other all the time? It's really interesting that that's something that does get brought up, because I'm like, how?
What do you mean? Like how?
Like you go sit on the,
you're together all
dates?
weekend.
Yeah. Like, aren't you all getting to know each other? But that must mean something really different.
Yeah.
I guess when you're in the house.
Or maybe like they don't count drunk time as like getting to know. That's just like partying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's true. I wrote, Amanda puts it well when she has that big fight with Hannah that she's like, I've chosen to be with Kyle, so you need to get on board or not. Which I'm like, yeah, at a certain point, that is her choice.
Right.
And you got to let it rip.
Let it rip.
Yeah. And then I wrote, because when Amanda and Paige critique Hannah, she gets really pissed.
Hannah like expects people to get on board with her and Luke. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, if I'm going to get on board with Kyle and Amanda who have problems, you guys need to get on board with me and Luke who have problems. I feel like she can't comprehend that that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
That Kyle and Amanda are getting married.
Yeah.
And she and Luke
are trying to have sex for the first time.
Yeah.
Like are
It's
trying
crazy.
to kiss on the lips. It's not like, I think I just felt so confused again because watching them have this conversation where they're like, we've decided we're just going to be friends. And then they go sit on the tennis court and he's like, should we make out right now? And it's like, what are you? It's like not even fun anymore. You're just like, this feels bad now. And so, yeah, when your friends are trying to help you be like, well, how do we like help you make the choice that you're wanting to make when you're telling us to our face you're making one choice and then literally walking to the tennis courts 10 feet away and making another choice.
There's nothing like friends can do at a certain point except they're going to get upset.
Yeah.
I think it's very frustrating as a friend to get asked for advice and give advice and then be completely ignored like over and over and over again. Yeah. Like not that a friend has to take your advice every time, but like it's the same question and the same answer every time. And I feel like Paige and Amanda are just like, dude,
you have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And then at one point, like, do you get to just be like, all right, well, you're being a dumb bitch. If you're going to keep asking me and I'm going to keep telling you,
yeah,
I get to cuss you out. Yeah. I get to cuss you out a little bit.
I think at the reunion, one of my favorite moments is everyone's getting mad at Hannah and she says something really mean to Kyle and Amanda. I think specifically Amanda. And Paige just looks at her and goes, apologize. And
that's right.
I'm like, to me, that was like, Paige being like, stop fighting everything. Yeah. Just admit that you were wrong.
I think that's also why she and Kyle get so into it. Because
Hannah?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, not Paige and Kyle. Hannah and Kyle. I don't even know how it happened because it happened so fast. But where they're talking and she says something about her dad.
Yes.
And he goes, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, your dad. And she goes, don't talk about my dad like that.
I think she says like, why are you always trying to act like my dad? And then he's like, dude, I don't know. Kyle is super calm in this, but he's like, I don't know what you're upset about. Like you're putting me and your dad in the same sentence. And she just goes like, don't ever talk about my dad. Don't ever talk about my family. And then she walks away being like, you started talking about my family.
Yeah. The way that Jordan would throw in being like, no, I have ED. That's Hannah's being like, no, don't talk about my family. Yeah. You know, it's like, this is her, like, she lights the match and throws it and walks away.
It's like, yeah, it's just her. I'm done with the conversation, basically.
Mm-hmm. Which I wonder at this point if she was like, I just want off the show and I don't actually know how to eject.
I don't think that that's true. I think she really lost it for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well, I think she would have stayed on the show if they hadn't told her she was done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure. Whoops.
I don't think she was making money really any other way at that time too. You know, like her stand-up career wasn't big. Like they didn't have the pod. So
Chelsea said, you're poor, you're unknown. Yeah. You're a loser.
When Hannah gives the apology to Kyle and she like sits at the table and she's like, Kyle, you're the man. Do you remember this?
No.
It's like she gets in a huge fight with Amanda. And then Amanda goes to try and settle things. And then Hannah's like, I thought you came to apologize. And Amanda's like, you need to apologize to me. And they make up and Hannah sits everyone down and she's like, I just want to say sorry for how I've been acting. And like Kyle, she starts like crying, but like not. And she's like, Kyle, like, you know, I respect you. Like, I think you're the man. And they cut to everyone's confessional and they're like, okay, Hannah, put away the tears. We all know Kyle's not the man.
The man.
Yeah. And everyone's like, okay, that was so fake.
That's wild.
Yeah. But Kyle eats it up.
Does he?
Yeah. In the moment, he's like, his confessional, he's like, that's all I need to hear. Like, I just need to know that she like is apologetic and like, it's so dumb. And then at the reunion, I think everyone else is like, Hannah, that was so fake. And Kyle's like, yeah, I didn't buy it for a second. And I'm like, yes, you did, buddy.
That was why Kyle cried at that reunion. Yeah. His heart was broken. He's like, guess I'm not the man.
He's like, oh.
Wow. I don't remember that at all.
It was, yeah, it's a really frustrating scene because you're like, oh my God, Hannah, shut up. You're like making things worse.
Yeah. It's interesting to, watch her fail so hard.
Yeah.
Like when the start was so promising, I thought that she came in very genuine and like who she was and very like forthright and forthcoming. And then to cut to like, you're the man, Kyle Cook.
I think I really do. And I kind of think she summarizes why things went so downhill for her at the reunion. Because the season 5 reunion, because she's like, Carl's just like, Hannah, stop lying. You haven't said one true thing this whole reunion. And she just like kind of starts like spewing and is like, you guys all come at me all the time. And when people come at me, I try really hard to like defend myself. And then it comes off as like fake or whatever. And she's like, and I just don't know how to like calm myself down when I get into that defensive mode. And I feel like that's just like a summary of everything that happened is she just like, would get like defensive and make things worse. Mm-hmm. I do think, I mean, I think it all goes to that. She's like trying really hard.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's malicious. No. But in the beginning, I think if I had met her and she was acting how she did in the first few episodes, I would have been like a little skeptical of her.
Really?
Because I think to me, it comes off as a little like when people are trying too hard, I'm like, is this fake?
Oh, for sure.
I don't think she was being fake.
Yeah.
But I think if I was in that position,
you would sense the like chumminess of it.
Yeah. I'd be like, why are you trying so hard to be like the way she is with Lindsay about like, okay, let's go out. Like, I'm like, I guess she kind of knew Lindsay before, but when I watched it again, I was like, I don't know if that would work with me.
Sure.
But I don't think any of it was intentionally like she's a bad person. Yeah. I think she just gets so like worked up.
She had quite the journey. I mean, what a season arc to have to be like, okay, I'm dealing with this now. Yeah. I like feel attacked anytime my friends speak to me is pretty miserable. Yeah. What was her last season? The COVID season?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, it sort of ends with like her and Des. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, right. We're talking about Hannah's refractory period because I really love that she all of a sudden is like, well, I've been sexting this other guy anyway, so who cares? But I'm like, then why do we have to do the season and a half of this? Yeah, for you to just be like, never mind, I got someone else anyway. Like,
and by the reunion, she's engaged. Yeah. And that's like a whole other fight because Amanda's feelings are super hurt. That she doesn't tell her about the engagement and all of that.
That's right. Yeah. This entire thing like really fractures their entire relationship. It also sucks that, well, Amanda's still married to Kyle. And so it's like, what is the path forward to that for them being Hannah and Amanda? There really isn't one. No. And that's when Des comes to the house, right? It's like he's quarantined. He comes to the house.
They have sex on Kyle and Amanda's bathroom counter.
Hello.
Love that. Because it is such a fuck you to Kyle. And I know we talked about this in Kyle's episode about how it was like, is this territorial? Is it Kyle being like, women, no sex? Like, not in front of me, not in the place I sleep.
When Hannah's telling Sierra and Paige in the hot tub, Hannah and Des are like, yeah, we had sex on Kyle and Amanda's counter. And Paige just goes, Hannah. Yeah. I think she's like, this is going to be actually a huge problem for me.
Yes, totally. She's like, the fallout is going to suck. I also think it was so brave of Hannah to willingly like display the amount of phone sex she was having. Oh, yeah. Not that I think phone sex is bad. I think it's good and I think everyone should do it. I'm so bad at it. It's like actually a skill I feel very uncomfortable with. Yeah. And the fact that she was like, he's so good. I was like, can you just play a clip for me? Can I just say
what
here
is
like
good?
Yeah. I go, describe it in detail really quick. I'm like actually so curious about what that was like, because that I feel when she's with Des again is actually when we see her being like Hannah when she first entered the house.
Mm-hmm. And so the fight that I am on Hannah's side when the girls kind of confront her and they're like, you haven't spent any time with us so we could get to know Des. And she's like, I've been with you people and it's been a terrible time for like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to hang out with this guy.
Sure.
I've been sexting.
Sexting.
But I totally agree. Once she's not in the Luke thing, she goes back to being like, you know,
yes, like
almost a more rational person.
No, totally.
Yeah.
And so part of me was like, I hate to say it, was Hannah the pick me all along?
I would say yes.
Wow.
I would.
I think because it was like, oh, you just need a dick.
Yeah. And then she
as
got
Paige
it.
would say. Tell us, what do you think? Is Hannah the pick me all along?
You know who I think the pick me in the house.
Well, but there
is.
doesn't only have to be one.
No, I don't think so.
Do you think
Really?
the pick me is Danielle?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, of course.
Yeah.
You just want Chelsea
Yeah.
to say it every episode.
I do hate Danielle.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she's a pick me. I think she's horny and I think she's insecure. I think really more than, and pick me's can also be insecure. That can be a overlapping circle.
usually.
But I think the root of everything with Hannah is she wasn't enough for her dad. She's insecure. She's seeking validation and she's not getting it.
Yeah.
Okay. Does pick me inherently mean that you are putting down other women to get the attention of a guy? Because I wouldn't say that that's Hannah.
Okay. I would agree that putting down other women is part of it.
Oh, because of Amanda.
No, I'm just saying when I think
it's
about
part
the
of the pick me
definition.
thing. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah,
definition of pick me, I do think that putting down
Yeah.
other women is part of it.
So-
But actually, great point. She does put down Amanda,
Yeah.
but not to get attention from Kyle.
Yeah. She wants Kyle the whole time.
Oh, she called him the man.
Yeah.
I don't think she even thinks she's putting Amanda down though.
No.
She thinks she's putting Kyle down
Yeah.
and trying to prop Amanda up.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's
not.
not.
Yeah.
But I think that's what she
you're
thinks.
right.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that makes more sense. Maybe Hannah's not the pick me, but maybe she still is.
I do think she gets dickmatized.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or felt hatomatized, whatever Luke did to her. I don't know. Wait, tell us what are you saying?
Oh, thank you. Throw to ad break. It's perfect timing based on that.
Let's go.
Well, I think it's time to hear from another one of our sponsors.
Well, it just felt like the right time to thank our sponsors, Men Playing Guitar. Because who needs lube when men have guitars?
Oh. Honestly, when you said it felt like a good time, I was like, a felt had outbreak?
I thought the same.
We'll work on that for next time.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so Hannah gets with Des and then like life is grand and yeah, then they're engaged by the reunion. It is the thing where I feel happy for her in the sense that she really gets to be like, my golden carriage has arrived. Bye.
Yeah.
Like Des did that for her.
Going to the reunion for her must have been so like, ugh.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I'm happy and I'm moved on.
No, totally. Yeah. Which is so funny because you're like, you're moved on from 3 months ago. It felt very Huda at the Love Island reunion where she was like, that's in the past. And it's like, that was 6 weeks ago. The things that haunt me and the times that they haunt me.
Should we play a game?
I think it's time to play a game.
Okay, so we have a little bit of a different game, which is we're gonna play referee. Because there were so many fights with Hannah, and there's a few of them that I don't know who won.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one, I lost referee. Okay, the first one was Hannah and Kyle in the dad fight because they have the fight. She does the dad thing.
Yeah.
It looks like a loss for Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Then she walks out and she goes to her room and she says, I'm not going to argue with a little blonde leprechaun. And suddenly I feel like she's back in the game.
It's funny that it's like, ooh, girl, you kind of threw yourself in the mud there, huh? And then she said that, and you're like, oh, I see her hand is up in the air. Like, she is still alive. I mean, yeah, I guess this is hard because it is a two-parter, right? Where it's like, at first you're like, Mama, what are you doing all that for? But then, to get a jab in at Kyle, I think is always a win.
I kind of do too. And she walks up, she's like kind of unbothered after it. She's in her bed and she's like, I'm not going to argue with a little blonde leprechaun. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And Kyle's still upset about it? Well,
That's the thing. I mean, Kyle would not be someone who's like, yeah, I'm over it. He's like, I'm 32 pages into a new email.
Kyle has no refractory period with fights.
No. That's the thing also is I'm like, Kyle, I think you actually have more emotions than you want to acknowledge, but it's just under all that Jose Cuervo. Okay, so Hannah round 1.
Hannah round 1.
Great.
Okay. When the girls confront Hannah, and kind of already brought this up, when the girls confront Hannah about her not bringing Des around, Hannah goes up to them to be like, Luke tried to tell me that he doesn't like Des. And isn't that so crazy? And the girls are like, well, it's kind of hard to have an opinion on Des because you didn't really hang out with us or bring him around. And then Hannah goes like crazy again and like lashes out, which I think looks bad for her.
Yeah.
But I don't know how, like, I'm kind of on her side for this one.
I just one step back think it's always so interesting when they like bring their new person around and then afterward, they contractually have to be like, so what does everyone think? And it's like, what? Like, what? Isn't that weird that Luke, this man I just went cuckoo bananas for a whole season, doesn't like the guy I FaceTime sexted with for 5 weeks? What are you asking him to do? Like, be your flower boy also? Like, it's...
I mean, I guess I didn't think about the fact that someone probably told Luke he had to go comment on it. Because in my head, I'm like, why are you even saying anything, Luke? Yeah.
Also, Hannah, why are you expecting approval from Luke of your new man?
Yeah.
It also reminds me of when Armand comes to visit and Luke is like, hey man, what's up? I'm Luke. And tries to be like, I'm so cool. And it's like, okay. Armand doesn't even know you're trying to dick swing with him. Anyway,
Armand had no idea.
Armand?
He's like, what's up, dude?
Not in the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this argument, Hannah v. Paige, Amanda.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Because then Hannah does turn it and is like, well, Amanda is always, I forget, she says something, and Amanda's like, Hannah, really?
Yeah. I mean, I think this one is an L for Hannah.
Damn.
Yeah. Because it's also not the first time she's had this fight with them, right? The first one being what we talked about earlier, which is Hannah being like, I just want to hang out with Luke and you guys are being so mean to me. And Paige is like, I wanted to hang out with you this summer. Okay. And Hannah being like to Amanda was like, well, it sounds like you hate hanging out with your boyfriend and that's not my problem. Like, we've already done this. We've already ridden the ride.
Yeah. Okay, that's very true. It is the same argument.
Yeah.
I think the difference is if I were Hannah, I also wouldn't want to hang out with Luke with Des.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. So in that way, I'm on Hannah's side in this because I'm like,
because she's like, this has been a miserable time. Y'all have ganged up on me. I feel very attacked.
She's like, I had a great day. But you did kind of turn me on. She shouldn't have gone to them and been like, can you believe what Luke said?
Yeah, I think that was not the right approach.
Okay, yeah, no, I think it was an L.
I'm on your side, Maddie. I was like, I'm on your side. Fight for the win.
Okay,
I think with a different approach.
See, I thought this was a good one because I was like, I actually don't know.
I think because the girls, when she's coming and saying the dude I was sprung on doesn't like the new guy I'm dating, you want your girls just to be like, he's a fucking idiot. This new guy's really nice to you. Cool. Like,
that's how I read it at first.
Yeah.
I think they're so pissed after the whole summer and last summer of being like, do not go for Luke. What is going on? To then come and be like, can you believe that guy? I would be like, yeah, like I can. I think I would, yeah.
Doesn't Luke suck, guys? And they're like,
right?
oh, what a revelation.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't believe it. So that's an L, Hannah, for me. But if you guys think it's a W for Hannah, I'll ding the bell.
I don't think I get a vote. It's just the two of you.
I would love to hear your vote.
Yeah.
I vote win.
You vote win?
Yeah.
Okay, she came in. I was on her side when she came in. I don't like the way she fights.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I think I want to give this to Hannah because I think there's a very rare amount of wins for Hannah.
Hannah win. 2 dubs. Do we have a third fight?
I think you got to do the classic, the Giggly Squad fight.
Duh.
The girls chit-chatting. Someone asks Kyle and Amanda about the wedding, and Amanda's like, oh, we had to switch our venue, and I felt really relieved. So then Kyle takes over answering, and
Hello.
yeah. Paige and Amanda are like giggling in the corner, and then they like start talking to Amanda, and Kyle like turns and snaps on them and is like, Amanda's like, dude, chill out. And he's like, well, I can't fucking talk with the giggly squad over here in the corner.
Which is so funny because I forgot that that's how they got the name of the podcast. I texted Maddie and Chelsea on the rewatch and was like, did you guys know that? And they were both like, so actually the whole point of the show. But that was, what do we think of this fight?
I'm famously on Kyle's side in this.
This is actually one that I have to break down because this is one where I'm like, I see it from both sides. I could see it that if I have a friend who's in a relationship that she's actually miserable in, is depressed, is anxious, is feeling relief that her wedding venue did not come to fruition, I would also be like, well, and fuck that guy. I'm going to keep having my conversation because that doesn't matter because this is going to fall apart and crumble. However, for Kyle to express a single emotion and have it be even remotely like strewn aside, talked over, I know that he would much rather have his like dick out the whole time that he's on the show. And he would be like, that's way less vulnerable than being like, I'm really sad about something.
Yeah. And, you know, he wasn't actually saying that. So, you know, I think if Kyle actually took a moment and was like, yeah, I'm actually really sad about it, I want to give the girls credit and say that they would have like, you know, piped down and listened. But I'm on Kyle's side because they just said they're like talking about something kind of serious and sad and the girls are giggling. And I just think that I would be like, hey, like, this is really rude. You're just like talking over me. Like it was Lindsay and Kyle having the conversation. And you're just like, I don't know. To me, it felt very like they were being like 7th graders.
I'm also like at a dinner table of 12 people.
I don't think it was that many people.
7 people. I'm like, at a dinner table of 2 people, you want me to pay attention the whole time? I can't do that. Yeah, I think to me, I'm like, that was a pretty big room. Who knows what other kind of side conversations were happening?
Like I said, I think if Kyle had just been like, hey guys, like we're talking, can we, it would have gone over better. But he's Kyle and he doesn't handle things well. I
feel like they all have a big issue with being like, I'm talking. And you're like, okay, there's a mic on you.
Yeah.
You know, it'll get picked up. Ultimately, I don't think I feel bad. I think it's a Hannah W for me.
I think as much as I feel that Kyle was in the right, I think the way he handled it,
classically,
makes it an L for him still.
Yeah,
because the girls did end up looking like, and especially when they're like, you're mad at us for laughing.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, well, that makes it sound really stupid of
you
him.
blonde leprechaun. Yeah. No, I mean, they're very good with the put down. So okay,
I don't fully agree, but I think on paper they won.
Lowercase w.
Yeah.
Chels?
Oh, 100%. And they took it and launched it into like a wildly successful.
I'm like, and
they're
there's that
millionaires
part. Yeah.
now.
So I guess it's a soft W.
Yeah. Like the W to end all W's.
One more win for our gal.
Let's go.
I would say ultimately Hannah came out on top.
In a surprising turn. I think if we weighed all the fights of the season, this was a skewed W for her. Yeah.
But you know, overall good, and she did her best.
She did do her best.
And God bless her for, you know, she has many other endeavors and
she's killing it. So
Hannah, if you are watching this, please tell me how you have phone sex. I'd love to know.
I would also.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sitting here in support.
Yeah, right. First and foremost.
I'm like, I'll read the email.
I guess we should check in with Chelsea. Do we have any more sponsors we need to hear
We
from?
have one more game.
Oh my God, we have one more game.
We're going to round it out with our favorite.
Great.
Finger bang, marry, kill, of
Yes.
course.
Oh my God. Wow.
And this is a special Hannah edition because Paige will be back. We'll talk about Paige so much more, but
Okay.
this might be our closing out of Hannah. So we want to honor our girl with a special Hannah edition of Finger Bang, Marry, Kill. So the three options are Hannah's dad, having phone sex with Des, and Hannah's argument face.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
I almost was going to bring it up to be like, by the way, you wrote that you hate Hannah's argument face.
And I took a screenshot and sent it to Rachel and Chelsea because whenever someone's coming at her, I can't even do it. But she's like,
Yeah.
She's like waiting to respond in a snap.
It's very pursed lips.
It's like antagonistic in itself.
Yeah, it's peak white woman, honestly. It's like big white lady face, and you're like, okay, you're ready to launch something.
You should post the screenshot when we.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hannah's dad. That really, I was like,
Finger bang.
Yeah, straight to finger bang.
Okay. Hannah's dad.
Having phone sex with Des.
Does, and Hannah's argument face. I have to kill Hannah's argument face.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So then
I'm finger banging Hannah's dad.
Yeah. What did we say? Okay. Marrying is
lifelong partnership.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna finger bang Hannah's dad.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Okay.
Hello.
You're gonna have a lifelong partnership with phone sex with Des.
That sounds beautiful.
Because phone sex with Des in a lifelong partnership isn't gonna like be overbearing to me. And Hannah's dad seems overbearing.
Yeah. Someone who's always gonna be like, you're not doing that right. Can you do that better? Go out and do it again. Get out there, champ.
Let's go. Yeah. Run it back.
I don't need someone being condescending to me with nicknames.
No.
Ew. And then I'd be so good at phone sex.
But specifically with Des. You know what? Des is attractive.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Great.
I almost brought in Hannah's horny grandma, but it felt too wrong.
I love horny
Just
grandma.
a special
though.
edition.
Yeah.
That's a lifelong partnership.
Yeah, that would be lifelong partnership. Charles, how would you finger bang, marry, and kill?
Charles, how would you finger bang? Well, I was going to say I would marry Hannah's dad, but then I think you guys made great arguments. And he probably makes you do a turkey trot on Thanksgiving. Don't you think that
Yeah,
he has that
does.
energy and
He does
I'm
have
not
that energy.
turkey trotting on Thanksgiving. So I'm right along there with you guys.
Wow.
We'll all finger bang Hannah's dad together. How many holes you got, sir?
Wow. Wow, what a great little game. Thanks,
I love it.
Charles.
Thanks, Charles.
And I always love when we've made a good argument.
Yeah.
I really am like, we're doing the job.
Should we close it out with an ad?
Let's close it out with a damn ad because we need to get paid.
Well, in honor of our gals, we are brought to you by staying in bed, doing a little bed rot on a Friday night.
Wow, something I would never do.
No.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm over here
Too
like,
busy finger banging
I'm
Hannah's
Cody.
dad.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode. We'll see you
See you next time.
next time. Bye.
Bye.